The next speaker, Mr. Robert Mckenzie. Mr. Mckenzie now working at Silpakorn University as a Business Development Director at the Silpakorn University International College. Mr. Mckenzie has received first degree in Media and Communications from UC Wolverhampton and also continued his Master in Education Leadership from UC Leicester. And now he's responsible for managing university projects and also working as administrator at Silpakorn University. The third speaker today is Professor Thira Jearsiripongkul. Professor Thira now is the director of the Training Engineering Program at Thammasat University, and also serving as a professor of engineering there. He had his first degree in mechanical engineering from King Mongkut University of Technology, Thhammasat, and continued his study and received master's degree in the area of mechatronics from the Asian Institute of Technology, and finally got his doctoral degree in applied mechanics from Germany. Well, in order to set the time, may I first ask Mr. John Wong to give his remark on this topic.
To speak here. My background for speaking today, I guess, because I made the move from working in advertising and media industries to being a lecturer in media and cultural studies at Hong Kong universities. That was back in the year 2000s when I was back from London after my postgraduate studies. I then involved in a number of media, cultural and arts programs, developments, and until 2006, Hong Kong University, my universities have put me on secondment to the establishment of an international college that dedicated to international partnerships. At the moment, we have about 15 overseas partners running more than 25 programs at undergraduate, postgraduate, and executive level. Right. That was my background, and I'm going to cover my presentation in 15 minutes, 5 slides, so it's not going to be a major undertaking. I'm not going to show you a lot pictures, diagrams, because I'm going to focus a little bit more on the policy level. And this is a PowerPoint that's adapted from another presentation for the Central Policy Unit of the Hong Kong government. So I tend to focus a little bit more on the international partnerships, what's going wrong, and the benefits of this initiative. Right. Okay. So first slide. I actually witnessed a paradigm shift, lucky enough, during the period between year 2000 and 2010, as formerly a teacher and now a unit head in the universities. During the time, there were a number of changes in the higher education landscape. Perhaps I can mention a few there in Hong Kong. First, a proliferation of tertiary places, mainly at sub-degree level, initiated by the Hong Kong government back in the year 2000. So the tertiary education rate is now up to about 72%, if I remember correctly, of the right age cohort, say like 19 to 21. All right, and these places are all self-financed, which means non-government funded. Government on one hand encouraged more initiatives. On the other hand, it tends to make it self-finance, and it's not going to be on the budgets and the budgets of the government expenditure, right? Third, we experienced, I guess, like many other Asian countries, birth through economic crisis, and then more recently the financial tsunami, okay? My last conclusion is I'm aware that there is an argument for resource constraints, and that's also there's an argument for more locally developed programs. But if I had to tackle the issues of funding for immense starting up of local programs and too many programs without sufficient resources in the coming 3-5 years, I would choose to fully utilize the leverage of global local elements and partnerships for creative industries development. That's all I would like to say. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your informative presentations and your views with this meeting. May I next question Mr. Mckenzie? Is your hand now?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure the microphone is working first. You will hear from both myself and Ajahn Thira in a second from Thammasat University about our relationships with UK universities. We're just a handful of universities here in Thailand that awards degrees with UK universities. So hopefully we can offer you, if you're thinking about forming a partnership with a UK university or even with a Thai university from within the ASEAN region or further afield, hopefully we can give you some good insights or different perspectives as how we deliver our programs here in Thailand, because there are different modes of entry as to what we do. It's nice to see in the room some of my fellow Silpakorn University colleagues from different faculties, and indeed one of our ex-deans on the panel. So it's for those of you that don't know Silpakorn University, I'm just going to give you a bit of an introduction to who we are and also who Birmingham City University are, our partner here in Thailand. I'll also introduce to you as well how Silpakorn is trying to think about the creative industry, how we're developing our programs to meet the wants and needs of industry here in Thailand and within the ASEAN region, comparing it to the UK where I come from. I have to say, in the last 10 years, the Thai advertising industry has come on leaps and bounds. There's so much creativity involved in it, and it just shows what can be done. And I would now say that the advertising industry in Thailand is up there with the very best around the world. Okay, that's my final point, just to show the progress, and hopefully we can continue taking that forwards. So thank you for listening. Hope I didn't talk too quickly. 15 minutes is very quick. So if you have any questions about how we deliver the programme in more detail, please ask at the end. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Prof. Mckenzie, for your update information regarding the Silpakorn University program, of which I have learned a lot today. Well, the next speaker is Professor Thira Jearsiripongkul, and he will share with us on the Twinning Engineering program at Thammasat, English program of engineering and Faculty of Engineering. Please.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Robert, for advertising. Let's say it's about what is a twinning engineering program. Let's say the definition is just like a double degree. I mean, 4 years of the student bachelor degree, they have got 2 degrees. So for us, it's for Thammasat University plus the University of Nottingham. Actually, we have the 2 programs running now in the Faculty of Engineering, Thammasat University. One is the Twinning Engineering program we did with the University of Nottingham and University of New South Wales in Australia. Another one, we have the Thammasat English program of engineering. So the difference is, the first one is a 2+2. So the student got 2 degrees at the end. So they spend the first 2 years at Thammasat University and later 2 years in University of Nottingham. Okay, and the other one, what we call the Thammasat English program for engineering. Students spend 4 years in Thammasat University in English. So that's a difference. Let's say I give you a short introductions about the Thammasat University. I believe that most of you might have heard the University of Thammasat University. We start by the politics, laws. It's a university, and then later 25 years ago we start by those faculty of science, the area of science, and with the faculty of engineering it's about 20 years, and we have got the in the Thammasat University in the faculty of engineering we have about 4,000 students, for the undergrad students, and for the University of Nottingham, I just give you a short introduction, the same thing for Nottingham. They have about 3,000 students for the undergrad student for faculty of engineering. Okay. So what is the twinning program? So before we start, it spends about a couple years for all the teacher, the lecturer, everything. All the staff talking to each other, because we have to match the curriculums. That is the most important. And when I'm now talking about the engineering, we cover for all a general field. Example, mechanical engineering, industrial engineering, electrical engineering, chemical engineering, and civil engineering. That's most of the common area in the engineering we have. And this is a number of students. I could show you that this, if we classify it to the area of engineering, you could see that for each year, the numbers grow up for every year. And one thing very interesting, this is a degree classification. Since it's a only degree, okay, so the student mostly, they will get first on it, second on it, first division, second on it, second division, third on it, and then the last one, the ordinary. So if the student got the ordinary in Nottingham, they won't get the degree in Thammasat University because it's considered to be failed in Thammasat University. So you could see that the number of the ordinary degree is not that big number, and now we could reduce it. So how could we take care of that? We give them some tutor, we provide them, we give them everything what they need before they go to Nottingham. And you could see that the result of what the students, mostly we got 25% got the first honor in Nottingham. So now, I could say that the number is quite satisfying, and the Nottingham quite satisfied with the ability or the performance of our students. Now we go further. We expand our collaboration to the Master of Science here. So it's just the same thing. 1+1 or 2 years in Nottingham, and then we got some discount for the tuition fee. That is what we could do for the students. Okay. One thing I would like to say the same thing, the problem that we have. We run the program for 15, 17 years. So we experience, so we get a lot of problems, we solve it. So it's a good time for me to share of you who would like to build up the same program. Okay, we face some problem with the parents, example. We face a problem with the quality of the student, example. So we could solve it, and we have got a lot of experience. We have very good, I could say, we have very good knowledge for this one. So if we would like to share, then we could talk later on, after seeing them. Okay, thank you, that's everything I have.
Okay, thank you very much, Professor Thira, for your presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, I think according to the organizer, we are still comfortable with the time because they expect this session to be end at about 4:45, so we have about 5 minutes. We are now can entertain your questions. If you have any questions, please. If you still do not have any questions, may I ask the speakers for a short summary for the floor. May I first ask for Mr. Ken Wong, if you have anything to say for this meeting to wrap up your presentation.
That goes all perhaps I can grab like a minute or two to show the websites that at the time didn't allow me to show during my presentation, and I can talk a little about the set of problems that we encountered there in Hong Kong. This is the website. Could you move to the bottom of the website? Yeah, lovely. These are our collaborative partners with African Napier, Hull Universities, University of London, LSE, Goldsmiths, Middlesex, Northumbria, Plenary, West of England, University of Western Australia. Some are on the world top 200. The problem is when we deal with all these partners, every partner knows each other very well. And that in terms of the contract negotiation, memorandum, collaborative mode, how many lecturers going to send out, we have encountered a lot of problems, right? But developing its own local programs also has our problems, say in the University of Hong Kong, that we need to, of course, save 100 bucks a month. And I kept silent, and he asked me the same questions. How much you guys got there in Hong Kong as like a full professors? I took out my mobile and did some calculation. It is around like 450 to 480,000 baht a month as full professor or junior full professors there in Hong Kong. So you see that startup cost is really very expensive there in Hong Kong. And young professionals were not able to sort of join into the universities because they have a lot of concerns. They want to pursue the career in iBank. They want to do something else in finance, banking. Some art professionals want to come into the universities, but they don't have high degrees. Some be able to get into universities. They were very good industry practitioner, but they no longer being able to be because they distance themselves from the industry. The problem is we cannot build a reciprocal level between the industries and also the academic. So we see there is a gap to fill, and it's hard to find a person who has a very good connection with industries as well as being able to teach. All right. So that's the problems that we encounter, and I think some universities in the UK, in Australia, in the States are doing very well, letting the structure be more flexible in order to accommodate more industry practitioners going into the creative industries subject areas. And I think Asian countries, especially in Hong Kong, are not still quite there. We're still looking at journal publication, book chapter, citation index, etc., etc. So I think this is the things that we need to focus on a little bit more. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. For Mr. Mckenzie.
I think we'd all like to know if the University of Hong Kong have any lecturing positions available. I think importantly, one thing that I forgot to mention earlier, we were talking about modes of entry, and obviously Ajahn Thira was talking about their program at Thammasat being a 2+2. Obviously we have 3+1. Our program at Silpakorn is all conducted here in Thailand. It's a double degree where students get 1 degree certificate from Silpakorn, and they also get 1 degree from Birmingham City University. Birmingham come and work on the program in the final year of studies, so they work with the students on their major projects, their negotiated project and their dissertation, and they have 5 teaching visits in a year, and they also arrange for the external examiner to come over from the UK. So you have to be very careful if you're thinking about setting up a program with a UK partner or vice versa. You have to be very careful. First of all, and maybe the Commission of Higher Education would correct me on this, but you have to make sure that your partner is an accredited institution and that they're awarding a degree here in Thailand. Because without that, then you'll have a problem delivering the program in Thailand. So that was just one important factor that I think you should be aware of. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Professor Thira, you have 1 minute now.
Okay. One thing I agree that if you would like to build up the training program or double degree in bachelor, you really need a good team, because in bachelor you have to deal with the student just like 18 years old. I mean, it's quite. We have to accept that the student right now try to or prepare to learn something easy. Now, I could say that the engineering student now in the faculty we have male and female. It's just like half. So I don't know what's a guy goes on and just disappear. The number of the female students getting higher. And what we have now, we have a pretty good team. We have about 12 staff. We exchange the staff between the Thammasat and Nottingham. So we try to get our staff to know almost everything, all the process. Not belong to me, not belong to my deputy director. So they should know all the process, because I will be able to run my program just a 3 or 6 years, that's it. So, but the staff have to be there all the time. So, I mean, if you would like to build up the 2+2 for the bachelor, so you have to be careful and then work out a lot. I don't try to scale it, but you have to. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I think that's all that you have